I'm Nate Poonerball. In baseball last night, the Reds knocked off the Mets in New York 5-2. Jake Fraley had a career-high 3 hits and drove in 2 runs to lead the Reds. They'll wrap up their series today at 1:40 with Andrew Abbott taking the mound for the Reds against David Peterson. Catch the action right here on The Fan. In Cleveland, the Athletics blasted the Guardians 8-2, hitting 3 home runs in the final 2 innings to break open the game. The rubber match of the series is at 1:40 with Jeffrey Springs squaring off against the Guardians' Gavin Williams. Scotty Scheffler takes a commanding 4-shot lead into the final round of the Open this morning at -14. Haotong Li is 4 strokes back with Matt Fitzpatrick 5 shots back. The leaders tee off at 9:30. And Columbus Crew SC knocked off DC United last night 2-1. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
From ONN, this is Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Here are your hosts, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Welcome to On the Money. I am Dave Biddle. I'm joined by Scotty Vegas, producer Nate Poonerball at the controls. Oh, baby. Scotty, I'm going to start off throwing you a little stat at you. If Scotty, very small if Scotty Scheffler wins today, if he wins the Open Championship, a.k.a. the British Open, he'll become just the 4th player in golf history to win the Masters, PGA Championship, and Open Championship, all before the age of 30. The other 3 are some dudes named Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, and Gary Player.
Dave, it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible what he's doing. And, you know, the funny thing is, he made news before the tournament even started with his press conference, kind of saying, yeah, I'd celebrate a win for a couple minutes. And then it's like, what's for dinner, and why am I really doing this? And it was an unbelievable press conference. It's one that, it was really cool because a lot of times you don't get athletes kind of going that deep, but he went so deep about the psychology of golf and winning, and it means something to you for a little while, and then it's like on to the next week, and you don't get that time. I feel like in other sports, like for Ohio State football, you win a national championship, you get months to celebrate it.
To bask. Right? Still basking.
Exactly.
Hashtag still basking.
And then you're celebrating it during the spring, and you're enjoying it, and you have the spring practice and all that stuff. And then next fall, you see the banner and all that good stuff. So it's months that you're celebrating your national championship if you're Ohio State. However, if you're Scotty Scheffler and you win a big tournament, guess what? The very next weekend, or maybe you'll take 1 weekend off, but 2 weeks later, you're back at it trying to win another tournament. And so it's true. You get a day to celebrate your win, and then it's on to trying to do it again. And so it was kind of an interesting press conference that he had right before the British Open. And then coming out, he's entering the day today with a 4-shot lead. And Dave, I don't think there's any shot. 4-shot leads in golf can go away relatively quickly. A Scotty Scheffler 4-shot lead is not going away today. He's winning this tournament.
Yeah, and he's 6 ahead of Rory? Is that right? And Rory has Rory has the best odds of catching him. Yeah. Best odds meaning 20-1.
Right?
20-1. So I put so yesterday before the main guys teed off, I got a little bet. I wanted to do a long shot bet yesterday before they teed off. So I got Ludwig Oberg.
Yeah.
He was getting 120-1. So I threw a Hamilton on there, and if he would have came back and won, then I would have won $1,200, which would have been pretty crazy on a $10 bet. And I swear to God, Scotty, so I made the bet, kind of forgot about it, turned on my phone. He was 3 under through 6 holes. So yeah. he was just like that, got to
get you excited.
Or maybe he was 4 under. I'll have to go back and look because he finished at 5 under. I think he got to 6 under. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Yep.
And then he went back to 5 under, and then Scotty did Scotty stuff. So yeah, he's just Oberg is just 9 shots behind Scotty. It's crazy what we're watching. I almost forgot that Scheffler has only won 3 majors. I mean, it's gonna be 4 after today. I just read you the stat about the players to do this under the age of 30. It's just a crazy stratosphere that he's going to join. But I was thinking for some reason in my head he had already won 4. It's crazy. That's how great he is. He's only won 3. Well, after today, we'll be able to say he won 4 probably.
This is what's amazing too, if you think about this. So in his first 70 PGA starts, okay, on the tour. He came in, and he didn't come in with the huge fanfare that a lot of the guys do, like when they're just kind of coming up. You hear about them. Like, you knew Tiger Woods before Tiger Woods even won that first Masters, right? And then you kind of hear about the big names, the Morikawas, and just the huge names in the sport. Rahm, we knew very early. Scottie Scheffler took a while. Like, in his first 70 PGA starts, 0 wins. Not a single win in his first 70 starts on tour. His next 80, Dave, 17 wins, 2 Masters, 4 majors, 2 Players Championships, and a gold medal. Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, he just went from being like a solid player who would get a lot of top 10s to he just does it every single week now. And his stats, Dave, are incredible. So he's the best iron player in the world by far. It's not even close. It's laughable how much better he is with his iron play than anybody else. He also has the second best driving stats over the last 2 years. He has the 5th best around the green stats. And now this last year, he's a top 10 putter. So that's every single aspect of the game. He is elite, and that's incredible.
Yeah, he became like an average putter there for a couple months. Was it last year?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
Below average.
Yeah,
even.
below, yeah. And that was like and then, of course, he cleans that up, and now he's not just above average. He's top 10 even at putting. It's incredible. If he's able to keep this up, he's going to go, if he can keep this up for the next 4 or 5 years, put a number on it. Where are we going to put him at along with Tiger and Jack? Is there any chance of getting to them, or will be like, well, other than Tiger and Jack, he's the best?
So he's going to get very close. I really do believe this. The route that he is on right now with those stats, because with that consistency across the board, it's not like, okay, if all of a sudden one part of your game goes away, that he's going to struggle. Like, it's incredible because he's elite in every single aspect of the game. So I think he's going to probably win at least one a year, probably over the next 4 years. So, and again, people can peak and then come back down. We saw like a Jason Day, a Jordan Spieth. We've seen guys go on runs where they're really good for a year or 2 years. But Scottie Scheffler, you see his run feels like it's 6 to 8 years or even longer.
You reckon Spieth won 3, like boom, boom, and hasn't won one since, or has he did? Yeah.
No,
he still hasn't won.
Not only has he not won, he's not really even in contention anymore to win these. And one other thing I wanted to bring up, so it's funny because I think maybe the worst sports take of the entire year actually came out of Phil Mickelson this year. So I remember Anthony and I were at the media day for the Memorial Tournament. Okay, this was back in early May, maybe late April. And the talk was Phil Mickelson put out a tweet saying that this is a hot take, but I don't think Scottie Scheffler is going to win a tournament this year before the Ryder Cup. Okay, he put that out there, and then what does he do? He goes out, he wins the Memorial, he wins the PGA Championship, he's going to probably win the Open Championship. So Phil Mickelson with perhaps the worst sports take of the year.
That's pretty hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty hard to do. All right, so I want to encourage people. Now, we are going to take your calls around, 10:02, so top of the hour, beginning of the second hour, we're going to take your calls. But in the meantime, you can get on our YouTube page, 971 The Fan YouTube page. You can ask us questions. You can have comments. And we have one from Ace23 Shooter in here that I like. He says, morning, folks. Would you guys rather hit on a well-researched, well-planned parlay or a parlay that you threw together randomly and it happens to hit? It's such a good question. We're going to answer it next on The Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
At United Dairy Farmers, Peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
Colin, Man, and Timmy here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Timmy?
Yeah, we got a lot of fun things going on this month, like karaoke.
And crab legs.
No, not yet. Live bands. We've got food trucks in the outdoor valet area.
Crab legs.
Oh, not yet. On select weekend days throughout the summer. Okay, now crab legs.
And all you can eat crab legs at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Join Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on us. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Oh, yeah, we love crab legs.
Time for crab legs?
Okay, crab legs.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
When it comes to home improvement, you've probably asked yourself a few key questions. Is the salesperson trustworthy? Will the company follow through on their promises? And is the work going to be a lasting solution, not just a quick fix? At Newman Roofing, we get it. As a locally based, family-owned company, we know how hard it can be to find a contractor you can truly trust. For over 33 years, we've been providing homeowners across Central Ohio with reliable roofing solutions done right the first time. When you choose Newman Roofing, you'll be greeted by value-driven professionals in clean company vehicles and crisp uniforms who show up with a smile and take the time to answer your questions. Because for us, it's not just about the roof. It's about protecting your home, your family, and the trust you place in us. If you're thinking about your roof or siding, call the local company that puts integrity first, Newman Roofing. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Oh, we've got golf on our TVs. We love it. British Open. Scotty Scheffler, a big lead. And betting angle-wise, I do have one little tip that I'm going to hand out this morning. And it's still available. And I just checked on it, and I like it a lot. And what it is Scotty Scheffler to win by 5 shots or more. And it's plus 150. Ooh. And I think that is terrific value, Dave. I think it's great value. Again, he's already up 4 shots. And if you look at the names that are immediately behind him, Haotong Lee, Matt Fitzpatrick. I like Hatton. I like Højgaard. He's right there as well. However, and Rory's in there in the mix as well. However, I think Scotty gets this done going away. And the fact that you can get plus money, the plus 150 to win by 5 or more. He's already up 4. He's got to be better than the other chasers by 1 shot today. I like the chances. And by the way, 5 also cashes. So it's like win by 5 or more. So plus money on that. You can go ahead and try and get that in the ESPN Bet app. I think it's good value. But we had a really good question on the YouTube chat, which we love interacting with our friends and listeners on this program. And the question was great. It was coming from our friend Ace23 Shooter. And it was, morning guys, would you rather hit on a well-researched, well-planned out parlay, or a parlay that you just kind of threw together randomly and it happened to hit? Dave, you go first.
For me, it would be, I would rather do, I would take either, of course, right? But to answer the question, I would rather it be something that I researched so I could pretend like I was smart and I didn't just like back into it. So I would take the more, well-researched bet.
Yeah, I kind of go back and forth on this because what's more exciting is the ones that you didn't expect to come through, right? Like the ones that you oh, you know what? I'm kind of bored tonight. Let me throw together a 6 or a 7 way parlay, and maybe it's a same game parlay, maybe it's player props, maybe whatever, and it's like a nice surprise. But then those ones that you like really think out, like for me last year, the example is OSU winning the national championship. Okay, kept investing in it and won big on it. And so at the end, I'm like, yeah, I was right all along. Even though after the Michigan game, I was like, maybe I should cash out of this thing. Didn't do it, won the bet. And I'm going to bring this back to you because there's been a couple bets that you've suggested over the years where they were well thought out, planned bets. And a couple of them that I'm thinking of. One was the under on Cincinnati football a couple years ago, and you hit on that. And that was a well-researched, and you thought hard about that one. And then you had the Indiana over last year, which was like over by mid-season, and that was a great hit for you. And then now the one that you're recommending to a lot of people is Illinois for this year, and you have your red season-long bet. So I think the ones that you like really think about and really hold strong and firm do mean a little bit more than those like, let's throw this together. But those surprises are also fun, Dave.
No, the boss here at the station is an Illinois grad, so maybe I should like back off. I feel like he feels like I'm like jinxing his team.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, I don't want to. It's not reverse psychology. I really believe it, and but I don't want Fish's team to like, go 7-5, and he's going to blame me. See, Dave, you said that at the very least they'll go 8-4, and you win the bet. People don't know what I'm talking about. I love Illinois over 7.5 wins, but I get what Fish is saying. If you're Illinois fans, I've heard this. Anytime there's expectations for Illinois football, they don't meet it. They have to sneak up on you. But I believe in them this year. I do want to get to this question. Speaking of Big Ten football, another question, great question from our YouTube listeners. This is from Ed Rogers. Says, guys, what do you expect Michigan's punishment will be? All right. I've talked a lot about this. This is just a guess. I feel like it's an educated guess, maybe as much as you can be with the Committee on Infractions with the NCAA. But I'll start with this. I do not think the national championship will get stripped. First of all, the NCAA doesn't have the power to do that. Now, they could, say every victory that year is wiped from the books, and then the CFP would almost be forced to do it. I think the CFP is just going to ignore it, and Michigan's going to keep their title. I do think some wins are going to be vacated, especially with Connor Stalions not being able to close his mouth, not being able to shut his mouth. Like, no, we had all of your signals. It's like, dude, you're not helping them. Now, if you're an Ohio State fan, you love that Connor Stalions can't shut up. I do think some wins will be vacated. I don't think it's going to be anything like this whole season of wins. Some wins, I don't know how many. I think they're facing at least 1 or a 2-year postseason ban. And I think Sharon Moore, they're going to add on to his suspension. And there's probably going to be some other stuff that won't hurt them, like fines and stuff like that. But I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to vacate some wins. Sharon's going to get suspended. They're going to have a postseason ban. But I think they're going to keep their national championship. And I think if you're a diehard Michigan fan, I think that's what you're hoping the most. Like, we can deal with this. We can kind of squint our eyes and deal with that, but clench our teeth, but don't take the title away. And if you're a Buckeye fan, you're like, no, take the title away. But I don't think they're going to get their title stripped, Scotty.
I don't either. Sign me up, though, for the postseason ban. That would be the one to me that I'm like, okay, that's what I want to see, because what does that lead to? That leads to a lot of guys leaving the program, and short term, probably 2 or 3 years, really hurting the program if you have a postseason ban. So sign me up for that loser program up north. All right, when we come back, we're only 6 weeks away from Ohio State, Texas. Can't wait. We're getting closer. We're also getting closer to camp. I've got a question for Dave about the leadership on this Buckeye football team for next year. We're going to do that next on The Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN. The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value, and they have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you are being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit oda.org.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Let's all give them room to work. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See, we didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casino's On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. All right, that sound you hear, that is the 2025 college football season knocking at your door. Okay, Big Ten Media Days kickoff this week in Vegas. All of Ohio State stuff is on Tuesday. I think it gets going around 2:30 our time. It's around 11:30 there in the desert. So, man, it's going to be here before we know it. That game against Texas is just a little over a month away. Camp is just around the corner.
Let's go.
And I know you have a question for me about this Buckeye squad, Mr. Scotty Vegas.
I really do. So obviously the talent for the Buckeyes, there's no question about it, right? If you're looking up and down this roster, you're seeing probably the best offensive player in the country and the best defensive player in the country are Buckeyes. To me, the biggest thing about last year to this year, as far as this team going forward, is who becomes the leaders on this team. Because we remember last year how great of a leader Will Howard was, right? Offense, Will Howard, and Travion Henderson was also that, as in the running back room, and was a senior leader. And then you've got the defense that was led by a Jack Sawyer, right? A very vocal and show by example type leader. So you lose that a little bit. And I think a big reason why Ohio State was able to recover from that Michigan loss was because of the leadership that they showed after that game. Jack, Will, all those guys. What about this coming season? Because you lose your vocal leaders on both offense and defense. Who are the leaders for this coming year?
Yeah, I'm not concerned about defense, the leaders. I'll get to that. I'm a little concerned about offense, and I'll get to that as well. I'll start with defense. I think with Caleb Downs, he was one of the biggest leaders on the team last year as a sophomore who had been there for a few months after transferring in. He's one of the most vocal leaders, and now entering his final year. We all know this will be his third and final year in college. He'll definitely be one of the absolute main leaders on the team. And also Sonny Styles. I fully expect he's going to get that block go. Both Downs and Styles are, going to Vegas to be 2 of the 3 player reps along with Jeremiah Smith, which that says a lot to me. So you have Sonny Styles, you have Caleb Downs. I'm not worried about leadership there. You have some other guys who are not going to be captains, but are going to lead in their own way. You got the fiery guys like IGB has Davison Igbinosun as a senior. I think he's going to have a good year, and he brings that fiery leadership. Jermaine Matthews stepping into a starting role. I think he's going to be now as a junior somewhat of a leader. And then another guy, a young guy who is a future captain, I have no doubt about this, Peyton Pierce. So you have your 2 main guys and Downs and Styles, and then some other guys I think they're going to add some good leadership. Man, offense, this is going to be tough sledding because you're losing, Will Howard. Emeka was a great leader. Travion was they just had such great leaders. Donovan Jackson on that offense. G. Scott Jr. was a good leader. Who are going to be the leaders? And, I think Brandon Ennis is stepping up. One guy I definitely expect to be a captain is Austin Saraveld. Only a third-year sophomore, but only 3 guys were Iron Buckeyes during the winter. Man, they just kicked butt more than anybody during winter workouts. And Mickey Marotti and Ryan Day said a lot of guys Scotty had really good winners, but 3 guys were named Iron Buckeye. Sonny Styles, Jeremiah Smith, Austin Saraveld. So I think even as a third-year sophomore, Austin Saraveld, you heard what Ryan Day said about him in the spring. Like, we're not sure if he's going to be the starting right tackle or right guard, but we know for sure Austin Saraveld is going to be a starter on this team. And he played really well as a redshirt freshman. And then, do you think it would be a junior like Brandon Ennis? Do you think it would be a junior like Carnell Tate? Or might they make Jeremiah Smith a captain? Is he a vocal guy? No, but he leads by example. What did I just talk about with being Iron Buckeye? He is one of the guys they're sending to Vegas this week. Typically, if you're going to have 4 captains, 3 of them are going to be the guys you send to Big Ten Media Day. So I'm very curious to see how this works out on offense because, man, Julian Sand, I believe he's going to be a good quarterback here. How quickly? But the leadership of Will Howard, it wasn't just the play on the field. He was the epitome of a great leader. So I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't a concern of mine because I love the talent. And I think these guys, they have good leaders on this team. But I don't think I've seen an Ohio State team with that many great leaders. You mentioned, you went through it. And we didn't even talk about guys like Lathan Ransom, another great leader on that team. I mean, you can just go on and on. The leadership on last year's team almost matched the talent.
And it's funny because there are obviously questions coming off the national championship season and coming into this year. A lot of people want to talk, the depth at defensive tackle. Like, that's something that a lot of people are bringing up as a big question mark coming into the year. The other thing is you got 2 new coordinators, right? You got two new guys leading the offense and defense, and that's a big change. But to me, honestly, Dave, this season, my biggest question is about the leadership of this team, because when there is adversity, because there will be in such a long season, and obviously Ohio State lost that game to Oregon last year and came back and bounced back and retooled and completely changed things defensively and got great defensively. And so it was the leadership kind of that switched that around. And then the Michigan loss, same thing. The players led them to that 4-game unbelievable run. So that's been actually my biggest question for this upcoming season is leadership, even more so than the new coordinators and the defensive tackles.
I do like when they had their come to Jesus meeting, when they aired their grievances. I think it was the day after or 2 days after the Michigan game. I heard Caleb Downs is one of the most vocal guys in there.
Love that.
As a sophomore. So I love that and Sonny Styles as well. So that's what I mean. On defense, I'm good. I'm good with it. But I am concerned about offense a little bit. Do you want to talk some college football betting odds next?
Yes, I do.
Let's do it. This is On the Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Irish adventure awaits at the Dublin Irish Festival August 1st through 3rd in Dublin, Ohio. Voted 2025 USA Today Best Cultural Festival in the nation. This year promises 3 incredible days of Irish music, dance, food and fun. Enjoy unique Irish experiences as you explore one of the top festivals in the US. Drawing over 90,000 guests to Dublin, Ohio each year. Get your tickets at dublinirishfestival.org.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. Give Baths R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
We repurpose a lot of the junk we haul away.
Donatables get donated to a family that needs them, and the recyclables get recycled.
And we have enough trucks that we can come the day you call us.
We work to help your neighbors, the planet, and you.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, 18-count cartons of large grade A Kroger brand eggs are on sale for $2.99 with your digital coupon. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, flexible payment plans. Act now. Visit bluejackets.com/tickets.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
We, of course, will keep you updated on the British Open as we go. Scotty Scheffler just now teeing off in the final group. I love that we have morning sports again, actually 2 weeks in a row. Last week we had the Wimbledon final, and so we were watching that in here, and now we get to watch the British Open. Scotty Scheffler on the course, 4-shot lead. There are low rounds out there, by the way. Hideki Matsuyama is 6 under through 12. I know that Bryson DeChambeau 5 under through 13. So guys are making a run. It'll be interesting to see if a guy like Hatton or Fitzpatrick or maybe even Rory can make a run and make it interesting for Scotty. I don't think they can. I think Scotty's going to run away with it, and that's why I took the plus 150 odds that he wins by 5 shots or more. All right, let's get back to college football. We're going to talk betting odds. Of course, we know the Ohio State talent is unbelievable. In fact, CBS did an article. They always do this blue chip ratio, Dave, and I always find this very interesting. What they do is they look across the entire country, and they look at how many 4-star and 5-star players are on these teams' rosters. And Ohio State, 89% is a 4 or a 5-star. Alabama is also at 89%, and then Georgia 84%, Texas A&M 82%, then a little bit of a drop off. You got Oregon, Texas, LSU. Now let's go ahead and pull up the betting odds for this season, and it kind of shows very similar. Those teams are the teams that are being bet on. Ohio State plus 550. We do our betting at Hollywood Casino Columbus and the ESPN Bet app. Ohio State plus 550, Texas plus 550, so still co-favorites to win it all. Penn State's moved up a little bit, Dave. They're now plus 650 to win it all. Then you have Georgia 8-1, Clemson, the big mover. Maybe it was Ryan Baker who about 2 months ago said, I'm putting money on Clemson.
He did. He put his condo on
He
the
loved
line.
it.
Yes.
And Call by him because they've now moved up to 9-1, and they are the fifth. They have the fifth best odds to win it all. And then you have Alabama, Notre Dame, Oregon, all 11-1 to win it all.
Yeah, it's interesting. The whole Ohio State-Texas thing just fascinates me. I mean, they just played in the CFP semifinals, a classic game. They're leading off the next season against each other. 20 years after their classic game in the Horseshoe. Just that alone would be crazy. Oh, and by the way, they're the co-betting favorites to win it all this year. Yeah. It's insane. And then you have, everybody talks about Arch Manning. By the way, I like the way he handles himself because I've been saying stuff that he says himself. I'm like, if his last name was Prokop, I don't think we'd be saying that he'd be the exact same. Nothing against the Prokop, family or anything. Just let's go with Smith.
We don't have quarterback history in the Prokop family.
But I've been saying, come on, even with that same skill set, he's obviously skilled, but come on, he couldn't beat out a 7th round pick and Ewers, who was a good, not great college quarterback. I thought he'd go before the 7th round. Are we touting him too much? Arch Manning says the exact same thing. He's like, I don't really deserve any of this. So he's a very grounded young man. It'd be very surprising if he wasn't, coming from that family. But man, I think the jury is still very much out on him. I think he is very talented, but again, he hasn't played that much football. And it's like you see some of these rankings. They had Arch Manning was ranked as like the 5th best quarterback in the country this year, whatever. Okay, and maybe he is. Julian Sanders, this is like a story on The Athletic. Julian Sanders was ranked as the number 32 quarterback in the country. It's like, really, you think there's 31 quarterbacks better than Julian Sanders? I don't know if Nick Saban would agree with that, who handpicked him. I don't know if Ryan Day would agree with that. Also, Sanders was the number 1 quarterback in the country in his class. I'm not saying he should be ranked in the top 10, and I understand having to prove it, but how do you say Arch Manning's number 5, but Julian Sanders 32, and he needs to prove it first? Has Arch Manning proved anything? He played one play against Ohio State, and Lathan Ransom rocked his world.
Now, I will say this, though, Dave. We pull up the Heisman Trophy odds. Arch Manning is the favorite at 6-1. Julian Sayin, though, we just talked about not the experience and maybe not the hype that Arch Manning has. However, he is 6th in the Heisman odds. He's tied for 6th at 18-1 coming into the year. So Vegas still knows. A lot of respect for Julian Sayin. Now, I will say I wanted to talk about this for a second because last night was the Cardale Jones charity softball game. And Lincoln Kienholz was there.
Of course.
And Lincoln Kienholz is the absolute star of that game.
Yes.
Because he goes out there and he crushes the ball. He was in the home run derby and he won the home run derby again. And when the game was actually going on, every time he gets up, it's like, well, he's going to crush the ball. He's not just going to hit the ball over the softball home run fence. He's going to hit it out of the actual Huntington Park fence.
Which is hard to do in softball, to hit it out of a baseball park.
And Dave, not only that, but there were balls that he hit. That brick, brick
in
wall
right field?
in left field.
Oh, left field. Yeah.
He was hitting it way up there too. I mean, he was crushing it.
He could play right now. He would be either a really good college baseball player or flat out could be in the minor leagues right now, like AA or whatever, high A, and would be crushing it. He was a fantastic high school baseball player.
And the cool thing is he came over after the home run derby was over, and Tim Hall and Tito were interviewing him. Just a nice kid too, like just very humble, nice kid, and just an incredible athlete. Talks about he's a great golfer. He's great, like anything that he plays.
He was a good basketball player.
And so that makes you excited. And he is the athlete, right? You know how good of an athlete he is, and you're excited the time that he's spent in the program, that even if he is the number 2 quarterback, maybe he'll be the number 1 quarterback, but I think most people think he'll be the number 2. You like the fact that he has the experience that he's bringing back as far as being in this program for as long as he has been.
So we've been talking Ohio State football, the defending national champions, a lot of good feels around the program. For some reason, up next, we're going to talk about the Bengals and the Browns. This is On the Money.
This is Hollywood Casino's On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
The sun is out and the savings are on. Now at Coughlin Chevrolet. Lease a new 2025 Chevy Trax for $159 a month. A new 2026 Chevy Equinox, only $259 a month. Or a new 2025 Silverado, lease for $359 a month. See our full inventory at CoughlinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 8/4/25.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Get the long-lasting power you need with Energizer. Menards has the largest in-stock selection of Energizer batteries. They provide solid power for flashlights, remotes, and so much more. Right now, save big on Energizer batteries. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards. Summer is here, and it's time to plan your style staycation with Bob's Discount Furniture, where you can find everyday low prices on the hottest styles. The comfiest Consumer Reports recommended mattresses, fast, friendly delivery, and flexible financing to fit your budget. Go to mybobs.com for details. So stock up and score everyday low prices, delivered on time all summer long at your nearest store or at mybobs.com. Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas, Nate Puderball at the controls. All right. We're going to talk some Bengals, Browns, NFL in general. Let's start with the Bengals. I don't know what they're doing with Shamar Stewart. It just seems so petty. And here's the thing, Scott, you and I were saying this. I was saying this to you during the break. I mean, just from a PR perspective, it's frustrating. You said, yeah, it just seems like it's always something with them. And that does. And it's too bad because they had all this goodwill. They got to the Super Bowl. Even the next year, they were this close to returning to the Super Bowl. I mean, that game in Kansas City was nip and tuck in the AFC Championship game. And since then, they've made bad draft picks like Miles Murphy. I didn't like the Shamar Stewart pick to begin with. And I don't know who's at fault here. I just find it ridiculous that here he is still not signed, and like training camp's going to open like next week. It's frustrating. We're going to get to the Browns in a moment too. Who's going to be their starting quarterback? That's an interesting situation. But the Bengals, I mean, they have all the makings of a fantastic offense this year, but defense, who knows? Trey Hendrickson still hasn't signed. Well, he's under contract. He's under contract for one more year, so I don't think he's going to sit out and lose $1 million a week, Scotty. But you have Trey Hendrickson, the NFL sack leader. You're ticking him off. And then you draft a guy that maybe is his replacement. You're ticking him off, too, at the same time. So you have Hendrickson and Stewart out. Now, I do think it's going to get done with both of them. We had Dave Lapham on. Rothman and Isa was filling in for Maddie. And Mr. Bengal, Dave Lapham, is optimistic it's going to get done, but does say he has some trepidation.
Yeah, as I said to you during the break, it's always something, right? It's always something with that franchise. Now, the crazy thing is, they actually still, the Cincinnati Bengals are 20-1 to win the Super Bowl. They have the 6th best odds of anybody in the league. So, I mean, based on the Vegas rankings, and that's what we like to go by more than any other rankings, is they are the 6th best team in the NFL, which is incredible, right? They're 20-1. And their season win total, over-under win total, is 10.5. And so that would kind of indicate to you that they're probably a playoff team. They're likely a playoff team or right there. And by the way, Joe Burrow, 6-1 to be MVP. So, yes, it's always something with this franchise. However, once this season starts, you kind of forget about that stuff and you start moving on. The one thing that I brought up that was kind of interesting this morning was you have week 1 where you've got the Bengals and the Browns. The Bengals have always been slow getting out of the gates, right? They've just really struggled. You and I were sitting at the casino, at Hollywood Casino last year.
Why are you going to remind me of this?
And we're watching week 1. Your Bengals play the Patriots, and
we were on the air.
Your face was as red as a tomato. It was as red as that Buckeye jersey right behind you, the Bobby Carpenter jersey, which is
I was so mad.
Really dark scarlet.
I was scarlet. As Chris Fowler would say, I was crimson. He thinks Ohio State's colors are like crimson and silver.
So,
like, dude.
The Bengals are a 5.5-point favorite on the road at Cleveland in week 1. That'll be interesting. Now, Dave, during the break, you and I were kind of talking about the quarterback situation with the Browns. I did find odds on who the Browns' starting quarterback will be.
It's got to be Flacco, right?
Do you want to guess at what those odds are?
Flacco.
Okay, yes.
And what the odds are. So it would be, I don't know, minus 150.
Really, really good guess. He's minus 125. And again, this is week 1 starter, minus 125, Joe Flacco. Second on the list, plus 175. Kenny Pickett.
Okay. And then Gabriel, then Shador.
Dylan Gabriel, 5-1, and Shador, 8-1. That's your odds to be the starting quarterback week 1 for the Cleveland Browns. Flacco, the favorite. You're right.
If I'm the Browns, and I think they're kind of doing this anyway. It wasn't like they went out and they got their quarterback of the future, which I think was smart. I would just tank this year. And maybe they are anyway. But you
tank for Arch?
That's the thing, though. There's not a surefire quarterback. If Arch is your surefire quarterback, you're talking about a guy that's had 2 starts so far and couldn't beat out a 7th-round pick. And listen, maybe it's unfair to say he couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers. But listen, Arch was not a true freshman last year. He was in his 2nd year, and Quinn Ewers was, he beat him out again. So I don't know. And I know Nussmeier's another one people like. I think it'll be obviously a better quarterback draft than this past draft. But I don't know if it's going to be like one of those drafts where you're like, okay, we're definitely going to be able to get our QB of the future. So, yeah, I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate with my own logic here. Maybe the Browns should just, I don't know, maybe tanking this year wouldn't be the best strategy. I would still probably tank if I were the Browns.
Well, Dave, here's the thing. Tank or not tank, they're expected to be horrendous.
Yes.
Right? So their over-under season win total is 4.5. And if you think this Browns team can just get to 6 wins, 6-11, that's all you need out of them, you can get plus 125. 6-11 or better, you get plus 125 odds. I still would take the under on 6 wins. I feel like they're probably like a 5-12 type team, but I'm kind of with you. Like, if you can be a top 3 or 4 pick in the draft, that's the ideal scenario. That's the map for the Browns. They're 200-1 to win the Super Bowl. Only the Titans and Saints have worse odds than the Browns. So ranking wise, you're talking about the 30th best team in the NFL.
Let's talk some more NFL next. I'm curious about the Steelers. They're very intriguing this year. Let's talk some, they just signed Watt to a massive contract, and they brought in Aaron Rodgers. Let's talk some Pittsburgh Steelers next on The Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value, and they have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you are being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton. ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
The outdoor drama Tecumseh is back this summer. The drama, the history, and the spectacle make Tecumseh one of Ohio's most beloved traditions. Tecumseh has provided thrilling live entertainment for 50 years, and the outdoor theater at Sugarloaf Mountain will provide a safe and memorable experience for your entire family. Get tickets now at tecumsehdrama.com. This message is made possible in part by the Ohio Arts Council. Tecumseh, experience the drama.
Summer is in full swing. If you think you're hot, well, so are your trees. You can help your trees by watering them, especially if they're newly planted. During the hot, dry summer months, your trees could use a water boost. Watering new trees a few times a week will help them survive while they're developing their root system, so don't forget about them. To find out more about watering trees or to find a certified arborist near you, go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers. You would have to believe they're going to have a losing record for the first time ever. No, maybe not ever. Certainly the first time in the Mike Tomlin era. Their over-under for wins is 8.5. So you have to believe that they're going to have a losing record if you're going to take the under and win that bet. I'm going to take the over. You have Ryan Baker saying bet your car on it. I don't know if I'm going to go that far. I might bet Scotty's car. I might bet Nate's car, but maybe not my car. But seriously, man, I mean, trust me. I mean, I'm a Bengals fan. I would not be upset if the Steelers finally had a losing season. I just don't see it. I know Aaron Rodgers is not Aaron Rodgers any longer, Scotty, but I think he's going to be an upgrade of what they had last year. We were talking about this during the break. They got a great defense. I don't know if their offensive line is going to be necessarily good or great, but they've invested in it, and they've got some good young players on that O-line. So, they're going to be able to run the ball. They brought in DK Metcalf. They have a couple good tight ends. I mean, you go 9-8, you win the bet. I love that bet.
I do too. In fact, so I found some odds on the ESPN Bet app where if you get the Steelers at 9 wins or more, you can actually get plus money on it. You can get plus 110 that the Steelers get 9 wins or more. And we talked about it. They were a mess at the quarterback position last year, right? I mean, you had Fields initially. He played all right. They went to Russell Wilson. He was okay for a little bit, then was bad. And it was just kind of a mess. And now, you and I, we know Aaron Rodgers is old, right? But it still feels like you're going into the season with a better answer than what you had going into the season last year. And they were still able to find a way. Mike Tomlin finds a way. And so the over-under on 8.5 wins to me makes sense. And so we took that. You and I agree. I think the 9 wins or more at plus 110 is really good value, Dave.
I don't know if I'm going to go quite Ryan Baker style. And,
no, we're not putting our apartment or car or whatever on it.
Maybe our apartment, since
we don't have one.
We don't have an apartment.
We'll put Ryan's apartment on it.
My former apartment. We're putting that on the line. And there we go. And Ryan's car. There we go. That's where we're betting. But seriously, Again, I hope I'm wrong, but I love that bet. And then here's the thing about Aaron Rodgers, too. I think he's motivated to not go out like poorly. I think he realizes, maybe he doesn't, maybe he still thinks he can have an MVP season. The way it ended with New York, I don't think he wants to go out like that. I think he's motivated. That doesn't mean he will go out, on a strong, and he doesn't need to go out like a Super Bowl champ, although he'd love to do that, but go out on a relatively high note. I think he's very motivated for that.
I agree. I think that's a pretty good point too. And it's just a great franchise. It is. It's a franchise that'll probably go 500, maybe just get into the playoffs. And so I think the value definitely makes sense. It was so fun this week, Dave. It was a great week, but you and I got to get out to Hollywood Casino. Yes. And on Tuesday night, a lot of our friends showed up, a lot of our listeners, a lot of people who call into the call-in show, a lot of people that call into On the Money showed up. And we did a contest. We did Home Run Derby on the Super Nintendo game. And it was an absolute blast. We ended up giving away 4 field-level tickets to the Reds game. But maybe the highlight of the night was you, sir, and your ability to put down crab legs.
Thank you.
It was a sight to see.
It was the polar opposite of me trying to eat a lot of hot dogs.
Yes. So we showed up about 5 o'clock, and you were there a little before us, and you had already been a couple plates of crab legs in. And again, it was all you can eat crab leg night at Hollywood Casino, Columbus.
Was that
the
a
ESPN
couple?
bet.
I think I was just one in.
I think maybe.
But that first one they give you a couple of clusters though,
and it's delicious. It's incredible.
So good.
They actually have a little candle underneath the butter, so the butter stays warm.
Oh yeah.
And we were there for 4 hours.
Yes.
For about 3.5 of those hours, you were eating crab legs. And
I was.
By the end of the night, I swear it looked like you were sweating butter. Like the look on your face was incredible. The butter coming down the sides of your cheeks was something, Dave.
I tell you what. Now the butter, not necessarily good, but like crab legs, no carbs. Very healthy for us. Now dipping in the butter.
Good?
Yeah, we did good. That's why I had what do you think, like 250-ish?
Oh, over.
Over? Okay.
350.
All right, we're going to take your calls next. 614-821-9710. 614-821-9710. Second hour of the show is coming your way. This is On the Money.
Make your next shopping trip a good deal better with the Meijer 7 for 7 sale. Pay just $1 each when you mix or match any 7 or more of over 1,000 participating items, like select varieties of Meijer frozen personal pizzas, extra large avocados, select varieties of Chobani Greek yogurt, and Meijer essential paper towels. Getting more for your money with the Meijer 7 for 7 sale. That's the save to bundle good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hey, look, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
You know what I love the most about your store?
What's that, common man?
The way you treat people. You get to know your customers. That's why they keep coming back. No sleazeballs around. Just good, clean boys and girls selling jewelry.
Stop in and see the difference for yourself.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. It's where Columbus gets engaged. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, as Care grew over the years, you had many opportunities to sell Care to one of the big conglomerates that are buying companies all over Central Ohio. So tell our customers why you decided to keep Care in the family.
After talking about CARE's values for over 30 years, I couldn't bear the thought of CARE becoming the kind of company I was warning our customers about. I know the two of you will continue to treat our customers as I would, with honesty and integrity.
We will, Dad. In 2024, CARE was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call CARE Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Nate Puderball. In baseball last night, the Reds knocked off the Mets in New York 5-2. Jake Fraley had a career-high 3 hits and drove in 2 runs to lead the Reds. They'll wrap up their series today at 1:40 with Andrew Abbott taking the mound for the Reds against David Peterson. Catch the action right here on The Fan. In Cleveland, the Athletics blasted the Guardians 8-2, hitting 3 home runs in the final 2 innings to break open the game. The rubber match of the series is at 1:40 with Jeffrey Springs squaring off against the Guardians' Gavin Williams. The Raiders just teed off at the Open Championship. Scotty Scheffler takes a commanding lead into the final round with Haotong Li and Matt Fitzpatrick chasing within 5 strokes. And Columbus Crew SC knocked off DC United last night 2-1. Ranking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Scotty's kids don't ask how his day was. They ask if all his bets won. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN. What a play.
Welcome back to On the Money, 97.1 The Fan. I am Dave Biddle. I am joined by Scott Prokop. We, of course, like to call him Scotty Vegas. We have producer Nate Puderbaugh at the controls. This is a show about sports gambling, and we like to talk sports in general. And we like to celebrate. Like right now, when we're going to do the parlay party. Hit it, Nate. All right, the parlay party is where we celebrate anything we want to celebrate. By the way, you can give us a call, 614-821-9710. Always celebrate hearing from you guys. Scotty Vegas, what are you celebrating this morning, my friend?
I am absolutely celebrating that you just opened up the phone lines. And you're right, 614-821-9710. We want to hear from you. We heard from a lot of you on Tuesday night at our home run derby competition at Hollywood Casino Columbus. So give us a call. Anything you want to talk about in the world of sports, we are all ears. And it was a heck of a week, Dave, because I had the opportunity to go out to Ohio State summer camp hoops, and it was a lot of fun. I got a chance to talk to Jake Diebler. I talked to Junie Mobley, the new center, Christoph Tilley. I love his personality.
I saw you had a picture of you guarding Junie.
Yeah, I did.
I'm glad he's getting some like really good competition here. Yeah, because like the typical stuff he's doing is like, all right, man, Junie's working hard, but now he had to have Scotty Vegas checking him. That was so funny that you put that out there. That's so cool.
I did have to. I asked Junie, show me your favorite play that Ohio State basketball, and so he kind of ran off a would-be screen, and I'm like, okay, I'll be the defender, and I had my hands up, and he drained a 3 right over my face. It was it was awesome. So the video of that will be coming out soon, but it was just a really cool chance to catch up. I got a really good vibe from the Jake Diebler and the gang out there. I feel like there's a little more confidence heading into year 2, and we'll hear from Jake Diebler coming up later on this segment, but nice. That was a blast. The other thing that was so much fun this week was the Cardale Jones charity softball game. Again, the money goes to fight cancer. Buckeye Cruise for Cancer does a great job running the whole thing, but that was a blast. It ended up coming down to a home run off at the very end, just like the Major League Baseball All-Star game. We had a home run off. Cardale hit one to left field to win the game over Braxton and his team. But it was cool because Lincoln Kienholz was there. He was crushing the ball. It was just a great night and raised a lot of money for cancer research. And I'm also celebrating the fact that, hey, the gang is all back for a week. You, me, Ryan, we're celebrating because, gosh, this summer it feels like you've been out, I've been out, Ryan's been out. We're finally here all for 1 week. So we'll celebrate that. Dave, what are you celebrating this Sunday?
Until you leave us next Sunday.
That's true.
You have a good excuse, though.
sister-in-law's getting married.
Yes,
yeah.
there you go. There you go.
To a loyal listener, too. To Chris, who is a loyal listener of our show.
And former party bus goer.
That's true.
From the
a big better.
The first season of On the Money, we would take a party bus and go down to Lawrenceburg, Indiana, because they had legalized sports gambling, and we did not in Ohio. And Scotty and I take credit for there being legalized sports gambling in Ohio because we're shaming the lawmakers every week. Like, how come we have to go to West Virginia or Indiana to do this? How about we just do it in Ohio and keep the tax money here? And they finally listened to us. All right, I'm celebrating the Cincinnati Reds are 5 games over 500 for the first time all year. And keep in mind, they're over-under for win total, 78.5. So you win 79 games, lose 83. You could be 4 games under 500 and win that bet. They're 5 games over 500 for the first time. They came out of the break. They beat the New York Mets. The first 2 games go for the sweep today. Here's the thing, Scotty. It's interesting. They've been somewhere between 4 games under and 4 games over 500 all year. Wow. So, all year until today, until yesterday.
Yeah.
Where they are now 5 games over 500.
All right,
so good job by Tito. The Cubs are going to win the division. That's no secret. But I just wanted the Reds to be, a competitive team this year because I think they can be really good next year. Make a run, maybe make a run at that, the wild card. Maybe make life miserable on the Cubs a little bit late, but I think the Cubs are just too good and they have too big of a lead. But definitely celebrating the Reds being 5 games over 500. And I'm celebrating that I ate the most crab legs in the history of the world on Tuesday. I always have such a great time going over to Hollywood Casino, Columbus. Usually we're doing a little bit of everything over there. We're having fun and we're working, quote unquote, and that might have been the most fun I've ever had over there. So always a blast over there. That's like the one thing that I can eat a lot of is like crab legs. As you saw, I can't eat a hot dog eating contest. I'm dead.
Nate,
but
he literally ate 350 crab legs.
That's impressive. I don't think it was that many.
Oh, it was. It
keeps going up.
It was 4
it keeps going up.
hours.
This fish I caught is now this big.
I'm telling you. By the end of the night, and the night ended late, it was like a 10:30 leave time for us. So you were there for about 4.5 hours with these all-you-can-eat crab legs.
I was mixing in some work.
And you ate all the crab legs.
He did, and there was literally butter on his face, dripping from his face, sweating. I could just see it in his eyes, like, ooh, maybe I did a little too much butter. I feel
the casino didn't come at you for counting cards. They said, we can't afford all the food you're eating.
Yes.
Here's the amazing part. Speaking of butter, I didn't get the butter refilled ever once. Yeah. Think about that. 300 million crab legs that we're up to now. And I just want, and I didn't even go through the whole thing of butter. There was still a little butter left at the end of the night. So that was good.
Nate, what the heck are you celebrating on this Sunday? Let's go.
Scotty, you brought up the Cardell Jones softball game yesterday. A lot of people here at the Fan were trash talking my man Tyvis Powell all week.
Oh, yeah.
Tyvis won the bet yesterday. He hit a home run in the second inning
Way to go, Tyvis.
of the game. So congratulations to Tyvis on winning the bet, and T-Bone is going to be shaving.
That was terrific,
That's
by
awesome.
the way, because Tyvis has not had good performances in this game in the past. And so for him to hit the home run, that was really cool. All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk Ohio State hoops because we had the opportunity to go out there this week and talk to Coach Diebler. Again, it was really kind of the first time that I've really been able to talk to a bunch of the players too, kind of get their perspective on things. I feel like you're going to see a really big jump as far as Devin Royal's game. I think you're going to see a big jump with Junie Mobley, especially Junie Mobley. Going from freshman Junie to sophomore, I think, and Jake Diebler talked about this, you had a little bit of at the end of the year where he hit a little bit of a wall.
Yes.
So let's go ahead, Nate, and play the audio of Jake Diebler from earlier this week at practice.
All right, Scotty Vegas with head coach of the Ohio State basketball team, Jake Diebler. Jake, entering year 2 now, talk to me about the basketball identity of this program.
Yeah, well, I think it starts with our toughness, right? We want to be the hardest playing team and the toughest team, and that's got to be a foundation for us. As we're shifting into year 2 and we've recruited towards this, we want to play faster. We played the fastest Ohio State's played in a long time, averaged more points than Ohio State has averaged in a long time, but we're not satisfied with the pace yet. We still want to play a little bit faster, obviously not be reckless. But I think it's got to start with our toughness and our effort.
So, Coach, I've been a season ticket holder for 20 years. Huge Buckeye basketball fan. And a lot of great moments in the shot. A lot of the emphasis this offseason has been about trying to get the shot back to that level of, I'm thinking back to when Conley 1-1 versus Wisconsin hit the game winner, or Matt Sylvester in the game winner against Illinois, or Buckeyes beating Duke a couple times. How do we get the shot back to that level? I know you guys have talked about different color floor, kind of changing some things around at the shot. What are some of the things in store?
Yeah, if you go downstairs, you'll see they're doing work right now. And I'm excited about the improvements that are being made to modernize, the building. Certainly, times are different than they were back then because I went to a lot of those games. And especially when my brother was playing that year, they played Wisconsin here, senior night. The atmosphere was unbelievable. Times have certainly changed, but we got to recapture some of that. Big part of it is us doing our part. And, we're trying to schedule aggressive, bringing in some of those non-conference teams. We got Notre Dame coming in this year. But it's hard to convince teams to come in here and play. I think they got a lot of respect for where our program's at right now and where it's heading. But we certainly are working as a department led by Ross's leadership to raise the atmosphere in there.
3 core guys coming back, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about what we will see different from Devin and Junie and Bruce as a junior, or actually coming back for another year for all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, well, I think, player development's a big part of our program, and we're expecting all those guys to make a jump. We saw Bruce's efficiency, really skyrocket from the year before to last season, and he's got to maintain that because he was elite with that. But we wanted him to work on a couple other things. We're working on his shiftiness with the ball, working on, him playing with more pace, and he's really bought into that. Junie's got a chance to, I think, have a great year. We saw him come off, start the season in a big way. I think he hit a little bit of a freshman wall there at the end of the season, wasn't as efficient, but we're expecting him to increase his efficiency and continue to grow as a playmaker. I think he reads the game really well. And then Devin's in the process of shifting his position. He's going to play on the perimeter a little bit more from us. We'll still utilize his versatility inside, but being able to play him at the 3 makes us bigger, helps us rebound better, should give us more positional size on the defensive end as well.
Awesome. And expectations for this season, what is the goals? What have you wrote on that whiteboard of this is what this Buckeye basketball team can accomplish this year?
Well, when I got the job, it was about going back to what the standard of this program has been, and that's competing for Big Ten championships and going on long NCAA tournament runs. We took a step forward last year. Wasn't a big enough step, not the step we wanted, but we did move forward. Now we got to take a jump this year. And, this, regardless of the year in this program, the standard is the standard, and that's competing for Big Ten championships and making a deep NCAA tournament run. So that's what we're striving for.
Tell you what, Scotty, I like this roster. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. In theory, the big 3 is going to be better this year, and they're really good last year with Bruce Thornton, Devin Royal, and Junie Mobley, right? So that's relatively easy to assume that they're going to be better. And you do lose Micah Parrish, but really, you don't really lose anybody else of value, in my opinion. Maybe Sean Stewart somewhat. Bradshaw, to me, they have the stat WAR in baseball, wins above replacement. Bradshaw would have been a negative WAR player.
Yes.
He was just...
No doubt.
So, and I'm not saying the guys they brought in are superstars, but I like the way they fit. Like Tilly is... I like his rebounding numbers to be a little higher for a 7-footer, but he's a really good passer. He's good around the rim. He's a 7-footer. He's a veteran. He's not a bad rebounder. I like him as the starting center. I like Brandon Knoll, the kid they got from... Not even a kid. He's a 6th-year senior. From Wright State, was very productive throughout his career at Wright State, athletic, can shoot. I like those 2 guys. Gabe Cupps, I would not want him coming here as the starting point guard. But as the backup point guard, I think that's a good get in the portal. I know he wasn't good as a true freshman at Indiana and then was hurt last year. Now he's a 3rd-year sophomore, former Mr. Basketball from Centerville. I think he can be a really solid backup point guard. Tayson Chapman, he's a wild card here as a 3rd-year sophomore. He's been hurt his first 2 years. If he can just be a decent backup 2 guard, we might have something cooking here. I'm a little concerned about the 3. Hopefully Devin can make a smooth transition there. They got a couple other guys like Colin White and the young man from Germany that they brought in. A little concerned about wing, but I think overall I like. And there's the 6'10" kid from Baylor they have. They have Ivan, is it Najovan? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Nagovan, who's a 7'1" kid from Croatia.
Yeah, I think you'll see a jump from him too.
So I'm pretty, I'm pretty optimistic about Jake Diebler's team.
I am too. Now, one of the things watching the practice was it was amazing to me how physical it was. Like they had pads out.
Good.
They were like knocking each other around. And actually Jake Diebler actually had one of the pads. And as the guys are going to the hoop, he's like in there kind of, roughing them up with the pads. And I love that. And the other thing that I was watching him work on was getting up and down the floor so much faster, like the transition game, because he talked about wanting to play faster, and you can talk about wanting to play faster, but let's see that happen this year. And then the other thing that he kind of slipped into that interview that we were talking about was about Devin Royal and that position change for him. We talked about him kind of switching over to the three. That'll be interesting to see how he's able to guard the threes, because I think he can go out and shoot. I have no problem. I think offensively, he's probably better off as a three, but will he be able to guard opponents' threes? I think that'll be interesting.
So up next is this or that. And I have one of mine is going to be about Ohio State men's basketball. I can't wait for that. That's up next on The Money.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Master Grillers Unite. Their grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Common Man and Timmy here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Timmy?
Yeah, we got a lot of fun things going on this month, like karaoke.
And crab legs.
No, not yet. Live bands. We've got food trucks in the outdoor valet area.
Crab legs.
Oh, not yet. On select weekend days throughout the summer. Okay, now crab legs.
And all you can eat crab legs at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Join Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on us. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Oh, yeah, we love crab legs.
Time for crab legs?
Okay, crab legs.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Now's a great time to save on cherries. Fresh picked red cherries are on sale for only $2.99 a pound with your digital coupon. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included. Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
ECO. Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
ECO. When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to geteco.com.
Columbus, the Blue Jackets schedule is out. And you can lock in your seats with ticket plans starting at just 11 games. Don't miss a moment of the action. Visit bluejackets.com.
Bishop and Friends.
He wants like the store-bought pumpkin pie. He doesn't want the
doesn't want the hydrogenated oils.
Can't you just buy the pumpkin pie filling?
The puree?
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Matty Ice here from McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Do you need a vehicle with more room for the family vacation this summer? Then the Chevy Traverse is for you. This month at McDaniel GM Superstore, you can get up to $3,500 off MSRP on a 2025 Traverse for qualified buyers. tires. McDaniel has been making a difference since 1916. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. McDaniel GM Superstore, where great deals meet a century of trust. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Well, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. And once you taste it, you'll know why. Right now, get 2 48-ounce cartons of UDF peach ice cream for $10. It's only here for a short time. UDF peach ice cream, made for you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White here with your 10 weather impact forecast. Tracking some sunshine around here for today. We'll get some showers and storms in the forecast, though, for this afternoon into tonight, and that could bring some heavy rainfall to some locations, especially to our south of I-70. That'll clear out for a Monday, looking at more sunshine here by the afternoon, and then heating up. Highs back to near 90, looking ahead to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
T-Bone and Tybus are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan. Dave Biddle was caught trying to bet on office ping pong matchups. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN. What a play.
And reminder, earlier in the show, we said one of our best bets for the first hour was Scotty Scheffler to win the tournament by 5 or more. And the odds on that was plus 150. Right now, he's opened up a 5-shot lead at the British Open. Pretty impressive. Right now, he is 15 under for the tournament. The nearest chaser is Haotong Lee at 10 under. Then you got English, Gotterup, Rory still chasing. And but this is going to be a runaway.
She was sleeping, but I got her up.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So absolutely, it looks like Scotty's going to run away with another major championship. And Nate, it's time for this or that. Let's hit it.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come.
All right, we were at Hollywood Casino earlier in the week, and we did a little video game home run derby during the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Had a blast, right? We had fun. We did it on the old Super Nintendo game, and so Ken Griffey Jr. was represented, and then they didn't say it was Sammy Sosa, but it was really Sammy Sosa was representing the NL. But
definitely roided up Sammy Sosa. They got it right.
Exactly. So it brought me back to when I was a kid, and I used to love the home run derby, and I also used to love the All-Star Game dunk contest. Now, I'll be honest. Neither one do anything for me anymore. However, when you were a kid, which did you like more, the home run derby or the dunk contest?
I was a dunk contest guy because I loved Jordan, and still my favorite was Jordan against Dominique. I mean, you couldn't, even as a Jordan fan, it's like, geez, you really couldn't go wrong either way. Dominique and Jordan going at it. It just almost felt like it was like an NBA Finals, vibe. That's how important it felt, and I was a little kid. But so I'll go with, I remember liking the home run derby a lot too as a kid, but I'll go with dunk contest back in the day.
Yeah, for me, it's home run derby because I played baseball. The other thing was I could never dunk a basketball. So for me, getting out and me and my buddies would go out and we would play home run derby at the local baseball fields, and I had a blast doing that. So for me, home run derby, did love the dunk contest, but the dunk contest for me was probably at its prime a little bit before I started watching.
Probably.
Like a lot of the names that you were just talking about.
Spud Webb, do you remember that at all? 5'7" Spud Webb winning it. That was pretty cool.
For me, it was like
Cedric Ceballos blindfolded. That's when it started to get a lot. Well, I was starting to get, I mean, I remember it, so it was kind of cool. Do you remember that? Cedric Ceballos going out there with the blindfold?
I've obviously seen it, but I was not watching that at the time.
But Spud Webb being 5'7" and winning the home run derby and the dunk contest. No, Spud Webb at 5'7" winning the dunk contest was something else.
But for me, home run derby prime was Ken Griffey Jr., was like Frank Thomas in it, was Mark McGuire in it, and Bonds, all those guys. That was prime. I was a Cal Ripken fan as a kid too, so watching him also when it was in Baltimore. So I'm going to go home run derby. How about you, Nate?
Well, I grew up playing basketball, so I'm more inclined to go with the dunk contest. I also grew up on like those early 90s, mid 90s. All the greats were in it. I mean, nowadays they're both kind of not worth watching at all, but I am going to go with the dunk contest.
All right. Are you guys getting with Ohio State's men's basketball team is going to reach at least the round of 32 in the NCAA tournament? So they're going to at least make the tournament. They're at least going to win one game. You getting with that or no?
Yes, I am. Maybe I'm just overly optimistic after being there watching practice this week.
Now that you're buddies with Jake Diebler?
But I love the core. I love that you have the big three, and then I love that we're not going to be soft as a tissue at center this year, right? Like, honestly, it was so
looked
frustrating.
Like someone was going to flick Bradshaw and his entire body was going to break.
The guy was allergic to rebounds, to be honest with you, too. Like, if the ball was available, he's 7 foot. Bradshaw, he had no interest in going up to get it.
None.
Tilly, completely different. So I think that we'll be a much stronger inside. So I'm going yes.
I'm going yes, too. And I almost put it make the NCAA tournament. No, I think I believe them. They were really close to making it last year, and I think they're going to be clearly a better team this year. Yes, I think they're going to get in. I think they're going to win a game. And, man, if they could get to the Sweet 16, that'd be sweet. But I'll just say, yes, they're going to get in and win one game. Nate?
I've got to see an Ohio State team in the last few years not have the January collapse, which they've been doing for 3 or 4 straight years now. So until I see that happen, I'm going with no. All right, we are currently seeing Scotty Scheffler run away with the Open Championship. He's now opened up a 7-stroke lead.
7?
Yeah, he's at minus 16, and everyone else is at 9 now.
Oh, that bet's looking good.
Yeah,
man, I should have tailed you on that.
Plus 150.
I can't believe I didn't jump on that.
Silly.
Nice job, Scotty.
But we were talking yesterday, the matchup we've never really seen is Scotty versus Rory. And so my thought was, what are you more wanting to see in a golf tournament? A dominating Scotty Scheffler performance or a Rory meltdown?
Oh.
Rory meltdown.
Yeah, I mean, as far as entertainment goes, the Rory meltdown is great because, to be honest with you, and Ryan is already signaling the Rory meltdown is exactly what he wants. But I'm different. I do like Rory. I don't hate Rory.
Yeah.
I don't like how Rory didn't show up to the Memorial Tournament and didn't call Jack.
Didn't even say something to Jack.
That kind of changed my feelings a little bit on Rory. But
see, I told you he's a turd.
I'll go with. Look, as far as dramatic finishes, a choke is always more interesting than a guy running away with the tournament.
Give me the car crash all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was the guy that melted down?
Jean Van de Velde.
Yes.
In fact, funny story
from
about
Vandelay Industries.
So I had a similar Jean Van de Velde moment last week. Tito does these little golf majors. I had a 4-shot lead with 2 shots to go. Tito's like, oh, don't Jean Van de Velde this.
Oh, listen, Tito getting in your head.
And guess what? I blew a 4-shot lead with 2 holes to go. Did
you take your shoes off? Were you in the water and everything?
I went into the water. My ball went in the water. My body didn't go in the water.
Okay.
But I did end up winning his major in a playoff.
Like that was some of the most fun I've ever had watching golf was that watching him.
Amazing.
I'm like, that's how I golf exactly like this. That's me.
This guy's really going to hike up his knickers, get into this water, and hit the ball. Oh, yes, he is. He's going to have one of the all-time collapses. Hey, we're going to take a quick 2-minute timeout and do more this or that. This is On the Money.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. Get 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks at Speedway with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Before your road trip, ask yourself, what do I bring? With the new Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Visit kia.com or your local Kia dealer today to keep the adventure going. Lease a new 2026 Sportage LX for $259 a month for 24 months with $39.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. New 2026 Sportage LX 2.5-liter GDI FWD 8AT 30,085 MSRP. MSRP includes destination handling and excludes taxes, title, registration, license fees, options, and retailer charges. No security deposit required. Extra prices set by dealer and may vary. Purchase option at lease end is $23,165.45. Subject to credit approval by Kia Finance. Lessee is responsible for insurance, maintenance, repairs, 20 cents per mile, over 10,000 miles a year excess where a termination fee of up to $400. Subject to dealer participation. Offers may not be combined except where specified. Must take delivery by 8/4/25. Limited inventory available. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
We've all got our daydreams, right? Little things, big things, things you know one day you'll do. Then out of nowhere, cancer. And all your plans don't change a bit. I would know. I'm about to jump out of an airplane with my dad. Our first time skydiving solo. And my second year since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health. All right, Dad, let's go. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
With over 33 years of experience, Newman Roofing has become a household name in Central Ohio. Voted best roofing company 4 years in a row, Newman Roofing delivers a white glove experience every time. When it comes to your roof, call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Scotty Vegas has his own cot in the casino. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN. What a play.
Welcome back to On the Money, 97.1 The Fan. I am Dave Biddle, joined by Scotty Vegas, producer Nate Puderball at the controls. We are continuing our this or that. Am I up?
Sure, go for it.
I believe I'm up, right?
I got a good one, so I'm excited for it. But yes, you go first.
All right. Now, are you guys getting with the following scenario would make it a successful season for Ohio State football? Okay. They beat Michigan. They make the college football playoff, period. Now, they could go on and do, but I'm just saying they could lose in the first round or the quarterfinals. But if they beat Michigan, and then it's not like they beat Michigan and then have to go to like the Outback Bowl. They beat Michigan and they go to the CFP. Is that a successful season or do they need to do more?
More. They need to do more. For me, I think you need, if you threw in that they won the Big Ten championship, that they went to the playoff, they were a Big Ten championship, they beat Michigan, then I could maybe make that case of, okay, that was a good season. But they're the favorite to win it all, Dave. They're co-favorites with Texas to win it all. Is just beating Michigan enough? I'm going to say no. I need to see either a Big Ten championship, which they haven't had in a long time, or another national championship.
Yeah, no, that's why I threw in make the CFP too, because it was just beat Michigan. Like I don't think a Michigan fan would think last year's season was a success for them just because they did beat Alabama too. Yeah, if Ohio State's 7-5 and they beat Michigan, I don't consider it a success. But if they're sitting there at 11-1, let's say they lose to Texas or Penn State or maybe even at Illinois, but they beat Michigan, they make the CFP. People have asked me, what is the baseline of a successful season? That's been my answer, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to say yes, a successful season would be beat Michigan, make the CFP.
I would say beat Michigan, need to win the Big Ten, and get the bye. If you're losing like a 8-10 game or something, I'm not considering that a successful season.
Yeah.
Drink.
clicked the wrong one.
That is a good. That's an interesting question, Dave. For me now, having not been to Indy and not watched the Big Ten championship game, that's almost on that list too of, okay, you need to get back to accomplishing that.
It's just been so
devalued
though. Ask Oregon how much a Big Ten title means. It just, geez.
I know, but I still love that trip. I just love going.
It's almost like an extra game. Hasn't won the Big Ten in 5 years.
That's
it's
true.
just annoying me.
It just doesn't seem right. It is. It's almost like now, with the CFP, it's just like then you're forcing your team, and now you're probably gonna get the bye, which didn't help Oregon, but you're playing an extra game. I don't know. Go ahead, Scott.
So I was talking to some buddies last night, and we were kind of debating back and forth this question. Now, he goes to every road Big Ten stadium. So they've done it over the last, they have a group of them. There's like 8 of them that go to a different Big Ten stadium every single year.
It just got more difficult to do that with the West Coast teams.
Right. He was telling me that they are doing Washington this coming season.
Nice.
And they've done almost all, but now with adding new Big Tens, they got new ones to go to. And I think that was very cool.
Yeah.
And then I have another buddy who it's his mission to try and visit all 50 states. Like before, I think he said before his kid graduates high school, they want to take their kids and go visit all 50 states of the United States. So what do you think is cooler? What would be a cooler thing to accomplish? Visiting all 50 states or visiting all of the Big Ten road stadiums?
17 Big Ten stadiums, or no, we're assuming you're going to get to 18 with the horseshoe in there. I would say, and I'm tempted to say all 50 states because I think that'd be a cool accomplishment. But like if I see South Dakota, do I really need to see North Dakota? Like there's some states I could cross off the list and be okay with. There are some states I really want to see that I haven't seen yet. I will go with see every Big Ten stadium. That'd be pretty cool. Northwestern's building a new one. I tell you, Minnesota's got a relatively new stadium. It's pretty nice. And, Oregon Stadium is awesome. Autzen Stadium, we didn't like the result there last year, but that place gets so loud. They got a really cool situation, Husky Stadium, where the boats pull right in. I think that would be the coolest, is to go to all the Big Ten road venues.
Yeah, I think both of those plans are amazing.
Definitely.
If I were to do one, I would probably say get me to the football games, like get me to the stadiums, because there's probably about 20 states you mentioned that I really have no interest in just checking off the box. But then again, you could also probably say, how badly do you need to go to watch Rutgers and go to that stadium and go to, some of those other ones that you're like, okay. Purdue. Do I need to go to Purdue to watch a game? Probably not. But that to me as a whole, going to all the Big Ten stadiums, that's a pretty cool goal to have. Nate?
I don't need to go to West Lafayette, but at least I'm watching an Ohio State game. I don't have any need to go to Idaho. All right. Yesterday, there were a couple of big fights in the fighting world. Alexander Usyk beat Daniel Dubois for the undisputed heavyweight championship in front of 90,000 people at Wembley. Also, Max Holloway beat Dustin Poirier for the light heavyweight title in the UFC. Are you going with the big boxing event or the big UFC event?
I'm going with big boxing, but UFC just has it over boxing overall because they've done a great job. It's just one single body. You don't have like 15 different organizations. I'm exaggerating a little bit with boxing. I hate what they've done with boxing, but if you can get a premier like boxing match, to me, that's always going to take precedent over the UFC.
Yeah, I think it's cool. To be honest with you, I come back to gambling on it, and I think UFC is so much easier to get like some fun odds and some fun competitions going with friends when you're watching. So I'm going to go UFC.
I think it's easier to get a bunch of friends together and have beers for the UFC event than it is the boxing event, so I am also going to the UFC event.
It is more fun, and you have a bunch of like good fights too. Like a bunch of good fights. You have your main event, and then there's there's a total of like 12 fights usually.
And usually the main event isn't even the best fight.
Right. And I like, some of the fights between the women are my favorite. It's just, is it my turn or is it yours? I can't remember.
I can go. And here's mine. It's Texas and Ohio State or the field to win the national championship this year. Real simple question. You're going field. I'm going Texas and Ohio State.
I think the odds would be completely in the favor of the field. The odds.
I agree with that because if you were to look at it, Penn State's right behind them, Alabama, Georgia. You're getting a lot of teams. However, I still think there's a good chance it'll be Texas or Ohio State winning it all. So I'm going to go Texas, Ohio State.
I'm going to Texas, Ohio State just because I don't believe in Penn State. I don't believe in Alabama. I don't believe in Georgia.
Or Oregon,
Or
right?
Oregon. So I'm taking Ohio State and Texas.
All right, you remember when Chat GPT first came out? It was late 2022, and I even did a quick little segment. We did Ask Chat GPT, and I was kind of infatuated. And you're like, hey, be careful with this AI stuff. Be careful with one of these robots. All right. Now I've been reading a lot of stories about this, not anything new, about what could happen. Could we have a Terminator situation? All right. So there's been a lot of debates. Are you guys getting with, when it comes to AI, are you more intrigued by it, excited by it, or are you more scared by it? Does it give you trepidation? When you think about AI, do you think, yes? I'm sure you have a little bit of both, which is the prevailing feeling that you have when you think about AI.
So it's definitely a little bit of both.
Yes.
To be honest with you. And I'm afraid of a lot of things with it. And I think jobs are going to be lost with it.
A lot of people are saying, yeah.
But day to day, it's also really nice and a handy tool, right? And in our work, like Tegna is really pushing using AI in your everyday work. So
just not on-air hosts or producers.
Yeah, right.
I heard
allegedly.
I heard this years ago. If you build a robot and you give it a gun, it's stupid, so it'll shoot you. So you make the robot smarter, and it will shoot you. I do not want the AI.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I go
What a
back
way
and
to
forth.
go.
I go back and forth. I'll hear things like, what if AI is able to cure things like Alzheimer's? I'm like, that'd be amazing. My dad's going through that. It's the saddest thing ever. I'm like, yes. Then I hear it could be like the movie Terminator. No. So it depends on the day. I think it kind of gives me more trepidation than excites me.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
And there are things that I'm very excited about, but I think it scares me a little bit more than it gives me excitement.
You have another. Okay, so
go ahead.
I got one more for you guys, and this one is going back to the OSU hoops and biggest new addition to this team. Who do you think the Buckeye basketball team didn't have last year will have the biggest impact on this coming season?
I think it'll be Tilly.
Okay, I wrote down Tilly initially too, but I also think, and you brought this up, Tayson Chapman is a guy that they've missed in the backcourt because they've had to play Junie and they had to play Bruce so many minutes last year. I think Chapman is a guy, and I was watching him practice, and it looked like he was full go, which is good to see because he's had 2 years now where he's had some injury issues. So
my head immediately went to Tilly.
Yeah.
All right, this is like this, that, or the other. You guys getting with, if you could spend all day or a couple hours, however long you could spend on one of these vehicles, what would it be? Would it be a snowmobile? Would it be a jet ski or a four-wheeler?
Ooh.
All three are great. What are you getting with?
I'm going to go jet ski. And what's funny about that is I did a jet ski years and years and years ago on my honeymoon. My wife is still very angry with me because she feels like I left her in the middle of the ocean, way behind. But the adrenaline rush that I have on the jet ski, I am like screaming and yelling at the top of my lungs. That adrenaline's going crazy. I love it. I've wanted to go so many more times, and so many weird things keep happening where I'm not able to do it. So I'm going to go jet ski.
It's jet ski for me too. I love them. I love all three, but I do like the fact that if I go a little too reckless on a jet ski, I'm falling into water.
Yeah.
I'm not running into a tree or flipping over a four-wheeler on my head. So give me, for a variety of reasons, give me jet ski.
I've already had many years doing the jet ski, having owned one in the past. Snowmobile involves cold and snow, two things I do not want, so give me the four-wheeler.
He was going jet ski on us.
Yeah.
I got time for a quick one. All right. You guys both we all like potato chips, right? Can we agree on that?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's get the baseline.
Yeah,
okay. We're men. We like potato chips. Healthy eaters, all of us, right? All right. So pick one. If you have a potato chips, do you like to have some dip? I like French onion dip. Do you like some dip? Or do you only can pick one? Or you like the chip to already have the flavor on it, like barbecue or whatever it might be?
Oh, I would say in general, I would prefer that it already have the flavoring on it. Just because out of convenience, right? You don't want to have to worry about, going to the refrigerator and also getting dip out. And okay, if I'm out, and I want to take a bag of chips in the car or something like that, I think the convenience factor, I would probably say put the flavoring on the chip more so than actually dipping it into and as far as sharing goes.
You threw a loop in there with the car. Yeah, I wasn't talking about eating in the car. Just like
you're just saying taste in general.
You're taking a bowl of chips down to the man cave. You bring in some dip with you, or you want that seasoning already on there?
I'm generally going with the seasoning already on there. Although Doritos with hell of a good dip. That is terrific.
Oh, the hell of a good. Yeah. That's mine. My French onion. Mm-hmm. I like just regular potato chips with French onion. Hell of a good. And I like both, but yeah, give me the dip.
If we're not counting nachos and salsa or something like that, having dip and chips involve me using two hands, which means one of those hands does not have a beer.
Great point, Nate. I think Nate just won that answer.
He did.
There.
If we were giving awards,
but
Nate would win.
I do love nachos with cheese. You know that. We go to the casino, we get nachos. And if you're throwing nachos in the ball game with toppings or dip, then that might change the whole story.
I was tempted to get nachos on Tuesday, so instead I ate 350 crab legs. There we go. Okay, I did leave this one on the table real quick. I think I'll say yes, right? You getting with live sports for breakfast? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. There we go. It's unanimous. All right. Also unanimous is Best Bets. That's coming up next on The Money.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
It's a different world today than it was 30 years ago when I started Care Heating and Cooling. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, 30 years ago, you were the first to warn of companies using service technicians as salespeople, of abusing the trust that a service technician has. With the big conglomerates now buying companies all over Central Ohio, this has become the normal business model.
It's all about greed. The conglomerates know they can make a lot more money by incentivizing their technicians to sell air conditioners instead of fixing them. They train their techs to take advantage of a customer when they are the most vulnerable.
Dad, that is not how we were taught. In 2024, Care Heating and Cooling was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Colin Man and Timmy here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Timmy?
Yeah, we got a lot of fun things going on this month, like karaoke.
And crab legs.
No, not yet. Live bands. We've got food trucks in the outdoor valet area.
Crab legs.
Oh, not yet. On select weekend days throughout the summer. Okay, now crab legs.
And all you can eat crab legs at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Join Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on us. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Oh, yeah, we love crab legs.
Time for crab legs?
Okay, crab legs.
Open a money market account at Kemba Financial Credit Union and enjoy a 4.00% APY intro rate until April 2026, 6 times the national average. Maintain easy access to your funds and secure financial stability. Don't miss out. Offer expires July 31st, 2025. Visit Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Advantage status and $5,000 minimum and $1 million maximum deposit required. APY equals annual percentage yield. Comparison based on FDIC average. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
With over 33 years of experience, Newman Roofing has become a household name in Central Ohio. Voted best roofing company 4 years in a row, Newman Roofing delivers a white glove experience every time. When it comes to your roof, call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
Here's 3 reasons to buy your Blue Jackets ticket plans for the 25-26 season. 1, pick your seat and pick your games. 2, plans start at just 11 games. 3, flexible payment plans. Act now. Visit bluejackets.com/tickets.
If only there was a radio show that constantly talked about Ohio State athletics. Well, good news. It's real, baby. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
When an orthopedic injury or condition gets in the way of life, there is nothing more important than finding a physician you can trust. At Orthopedic One, you'll find Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts, ready to listen to your concerns and work with you toward the best possible outcome. In fact, more people trust Orthopedic One than any other practice in Central Ohio. Start with the specialists. Start with orthopedic1.com.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because we know in making the most of your home, DIY doesn't just stand for do it yourself. It also means dream it yourself. And we're here to help protect the dreams you're building. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. D. Biddle's favorite kind of psychology is reverse psychology. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN. What a play.
Scotty Scheffler absolutely running away with it at this point. 7-shot lead in the Open Championship. It's over. It is all over. He started the day with a 4-shot lead, and he has extended that to 7. Now it's all about who's going to finish second place. So you
Kudos
can place.
to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, our best bet from the first hour was, of course, hey, take the plus 150 that Scotty Scheffler is going to win this tournament by 5 shots or more. He had a 4-shot lead going in, and he's just extended. And the reasoning behind it for me was looking at the chasers. Haotong Lee, you had Fitzpatrick, you had Goddard. Those guys were the chasers. I know Rory McIlroy was on the board, but again, I think Scotty Scheffler is going to easily get this done by more than 5. So hopefully everybody cashed on that plus 150. All right, Dave, it's time to give out more best bets. Make people more money. So what do you got for us?
Illinois over... No, I'm kidding. Said that every time. My Fish is going to get mad at me if I keep saying it. I do like Illinois over 7.5 wins, but I've said that enough times. Okay, I'm going to stay in college football. A little bit of a long shot here. And stay with me because they were bad last year, but they have retooled Oklahoma Sooners. Plus 550 Oklahoma to make the playoff. Ooh. Oklahoma plus 550 to make the playoff. They brought in a good quarterback in Mateer from Washington State. They brought his offensive coordinator with them. They've invested a lot in NIL. They did a really good job in the transfer portal. Again, I know Oklahoma was bad last year. They did knock Alabama out of the playoffs pretty much, but I think that they're, again, if it was even money, I wouldn't do it. Okay, I'm not saying I'm predicting for sure Oklahoma's going to make the playoff. I just like the value. Plus 550. Give me the Sooners at plus 550 to make the CFP field.
So, all right, so you got Oklahoma in, despite the fact they're in the SEC and it's a really tough conference, you think they get it done. Is there a Big Ten? Now, you've talked about Illinois. If everybody thinks that it's going to be Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State will absolutely make the playoff from the Big Ten. It's all about, like, who's that fourth team going to be? Are you high enough on Illinois that you believe that Illinois would be the fourth team out of the Big Ten this year?
Michigan probably by the odds. I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that. I think Illinois is going to be right there with Michigan, but it just depends on the quarterback in Michigan. They brought in a couple of transfers who weren't ballyhoo transfers or anything, but it looks like they're going to go with true freshman Bryce Underwood. And if he can just be, obviously he's not going to be a finished product, but he's 5-star. They paid a lot of money for him. And if he can come in there and just be like solid as a true freshman, Michigan could be a problem. Yeah, I just like the odds with Illinois because I think, a lot of people have Michigan even has Michigan has the 10th lowest odds to win the national championship. So I think going by Vegas, I would say Michigan would be 4th. I'm also not convinced about Oregon. Speaking of quarterback, I need to see it first out of Dante Moore. I know he's a big-time prospect. He did not look good at all at UCLA 2 years ago. Now, he was a true freshman, but he was playing in a Chip Kelly offense. It wasn't like he was there last year. Again, no. Now he's a third-year sophomore. How is Dante Moore going to be as a starting quarterback at Oregon? So I'll say Michigan 4th and Illinois 5th.
So I gave out the plus 150 on Scotty Scheffler. That was my best bet first hour that he'd win by 5 shots or more today. Looking good on that one. However, I do have one that I like also going NFL-wise, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. You and I were talking about this first hour, too, and you can actually get plus 110 that the Steelers get to 9 wins or more this year. And look, Mike Tomlin just always does, right? And so I'm just kind of going based on history. You and I were talking about the quarterback situation, how it's a little bit more clear this year than it was for the Steelers last year. We talked about how bad the Browns are expected to be. So to me, looking at it, I think that plus money on the Steelers getting to 9 wins is the value play for me this Sunday.
Guys, I don't know what I'm more surprised about, that the over-under is 8.5 or that you're getting plus money if you take the over. I would think, okay, it's one of those, like, for example, Illinois now, it stayed at 7.5 over-under, but it's like now you're having to do like minus 150, where it was like minus 115 whenever I got it, something like that. So it's like they haven't moved it to 8 or 8.5, but they keep moving the juice. So now you're not getting as good a value. I still love the value for Illinois. So I'm surprised that it's 8.5 for the Steelers because all they do is finish with winning records. I know some Steeler fans are kind of frustrated with the situation they're in because they have expectations of winning Super Bowls there, not just having winning seasons. I just don't get it, man. I don't get how it's at 8.5, and I don't get how you're getting plus money. So I'm gonna jump on that.
And again, Scotty Scheffler, 7-shot lead. I pulled up the live odds. Dave, he's minus 10,000 to be the Open champion. $100 bet on Scotty Scheffler would get you back $1. However, what is kind of interesting now, if you're still into the betting market, which of course you're into the betting market, you're listening to On the Money, you can bet who's going to be the second place finisher. Rory is the favorite at plus 150. Haotong Lee plus 330. Chris Gotterup, your favorite, also plus 330. I like Rory at plus 150. I think the value, again, this is in Northern Ireland. I think they're going to help bring him home, get him to second place. So I'll go with that. The finish will be Scotty first, Rory second.
You're not going to go with the human alarm clock, Chris Gotterup?
It's a great name.
It's a great name. She was asleep, and Chris got her up.
Hey, we got a call-in show next, and we're going to open up those phone lines. I can't wait. We have Pro Football Hall of Fame tickets to give away all hour to the calls for next year. Nate, let's open up those lines now. 614-821-9710. Prizes all hour long.
Again, that number, 614-821-9710. Ryan Baker is back. Ryan Baker is back from his yearly trip to Florida. He's tanned, rested, and ready. So give the guys a call, 614-821-9710. All right. That is our show for today. For Scotty Vegas and Nate Puderball, I am Dave Biddle. Again, stick around for the fan call-in show next. This has been On the Money.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
It's the summer event at Germain Honda of Dublin, and Rich has deals that are red hot. Lease the rugged 25 Honda Ridgeline Sport for only $339 a month, or finance with an unbeatable 0.99% APR. Or you can take on any road in the all-new 25 Honda Passport RTL. Lease it now for $449 a month, or 3.99% APR. Summer's here. Dive into the savings at your main Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. See dealer for details.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to geteco.com.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Get the long-lasting power you need with Energizer. Menards has the largest in-stock selection of Energizer batteries. They provide solid power for flashlights, remotes, and so much more. Right now, save big on Energizer batteries. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.